Here is that Not in Kansas loaf that I just made yesterday. That's looking really good. Here is the big box of little single-use soaps that I made for the Q-Spot for the LGBT Center. And I put a label on here just to let them know that it's unscented and what the contents are, just in case anybody has allergies, so they can be safe. Where's the little corner? There it is. Okay. Jesus. Hello? Oh my god. All right, so there's a lot in here. A heck of a lot, which is great. I think that should have them plenty stocked up for a while. And then it was time to cut down the Not in Kansas Anymore loaf, which is looking really fantastic. I have been doing so much soap, you guys. It is crazy. These clips are from weeks ago at this point. My apologies. I'm trying to get caught up as much as possible. There's also a lot of dead space in this vlog, so there's going to be a lot of opportunities for me to just yap at you. I hope that's going to work out for you. I try not to have too much where I'm just sitting in front of the camera talking, because I think that can be really boring. So I'm going to at least try to mix up my incessant yapping with video, with things going on and happening. So hope that works for you, because that's what we're doing today. All right, and we got another loaf of Like My Soul done. I meant to do two the other day, but I just did one because I'm apparently dumb as shit sometimes. But that's cool. We're fine. So that's done. I think what I'd like to also try and get done today is Rough Boy and Bunny Bar. Bunny Bar performing better than I expected. Thank you, Bunny. If you don't follow Bunny Yojimbo or Bunny, I'll put her links down in the description, but she's a friend of the channel, and that bar was inspired by her, so when I do another loaf, I'll make sure to send her some more too. And the yapping starts now. I am not going to script this, and I think I'm going to try to minimize any editing that I'm doing to it, so apologies that this is going to be pretty off the cuff. But here's what's on my mind right now. So it is currently the time that I'm recording this voiceover, November 10th. And I have been on Threads, and if you're chronically online and in the art or small business space like I am, you're probably aware of Stickergate that happened. If you're not aware of it, I'm not going to sit here and recap it. Sorry, I know I have a lot of yapping space to cover here, and I have the opportunity to go over it, but I just don't want to, because I don't feel like the exact minutia of what happened is really important with what I'm mentally trying to deal with right now. Not to like make it about me or anything. That's not the intention. But I feel like I am watching this go down, and I'm just so frustrated. And I posted about it a little bit on Threads, where it feels like watching somebody put on a costume of the things that you've had to deal with. And it feels gross to watch, because we've been at this for 6 years, almost 7, and we're very visible queer people on the internet. And we talked about this a little bit over on the main channel video video recently too, talking about comments that we receive and how dealing with them is like a whole thing. And I don't really talk about that very often, because it's just kind of a bummer for the most part. But the entire time we have existed as a business on the internet, as a couple of visibly queer people, has been fraught with shitty, horrible comments. Homophobia and transphobia and fatphobia and misogyny and just whatever you can think of. It's been a thing. And I've worked really hard to minimize how much all of you have to put up with that, because it sucks. I know that if you're like us, you've seen that stuff, and we're white, so like I can only imagine the stuff that BIPOC people have to deal with. Like, just ugh. And this has been something that I know a lot of other small businesses post, like posting a hate comment and like turning their name into a coupon code or whatever. And I think that's cool. I think that's a really good way to turn hate into something better and to show people like, hey, we're out here doing our best. And I don't have a problem with that. So like, don't get it twisted. I don't have an issue with that at all. I have an issue with watching somebody take what is very real, shitty things that people have to put up with and faking it
for views, faking it for sales. And I'm not sitting here because I'm like, oh, maybe I should have done that and that would have worked. No, that feels so gross, dude. We get real nasty comments all the time, and largely I don't talk about them because it's not fun to talk about. It's not fun to experience. We've been doing this for years, and it every once in a while it still gets to me, and it's probably always going to get to me. And I don't think that's in anything wrong with me, perchance, but it's just it feels like watching somebody wear a costume of the shitty things you've had to put up with, and using that and watching other people be empathetic for something that isn't real. And that sucks because I worry about the number of people that are going to then question every small business they come across and think, oh, are they also manipulating me like this person did? And I hate that. I hate that so much. And we're lucky that, we can't really fake what we do, like I can't go and white label soaps. Our whole thing on our channel is making soap, so I can't like white label soaps and pretend to make them, and I can't do any of that. And I'm having bad feels about it, and I'm trying to work through it because I don't like feeling the way that this has felt all weekend. And again, I feel like I'm being really selfish at the same time because lots of other small business owners are affected by this. There's a lot of people scrambling to try and make sure that they don't have that vibe about them. And I hope, I know that that's not the vibe that we have. I know, because we've worked really hard for that. And every time you post something on the internet, you have to think about, how is this going to come across? How are people going to perceive this? Because you're not just like a person, you're also a business owner. And it's just a thing. I don't know. I might talk about it some more in the next little segment of empty space we have. But if we're talking about what we're doing here on the screen, like I said, I've been making a lot of soap, which means I have a lot of soap packages, soap boxes to prep. So this is adding stickers onto all of our custom boxes, which already I'm probably going to need to order more of those soon. I ordered 1,000, but I've been making so much soap. Plus I need, high top boxes. But yeah, that's been the thing this weekend, is just thinking about all that and dealing with that. Children loudly closing doors. Thank you, child. But let's get back into the vlog, because that's got some bad feels, and I'm going to try and maybe bring the attitude back up to something a little bit positive. So I've got a whole ton of soap boxes already prepped and ready to go. So that's going to be everything that I've made recently, plus the October collection ready to go. So I'll be able to box up everything that's over here on the shelf. So we've got October collection in here. Those need to get boxed sooner rather than later. And then those are some of the soaps that I've made recently. Next task is, this is my spouse's old tower for his computer that has not been used in a few years now. This is actually what I used to edit our videos on at the very beginning when we first started. So the technology inside here is pretty old, but my plan is to get it running again and upgrade its parts, because this is the computer I'm currently running off of. It's my laptop, which I got with the idea that I was going to be like going up downstairs and doing work down there, and I just don't. I actually kind of hate moving it. So having a laptop is kind of pointless for me, and I think I would like to switch to something a little bit heftier in the form of a desktop instead. So I think that's what the plan is going to be here. The last time we used this, it wasn't turning on, and I think I know why. I think there might be an issue with the CMOS battery. I don't know. But I'm going to try and plug it in and see if I can get it to work. And I've been slowly upgrading this because my plan is to send it to my bestie Robin at Nickel Art Studio, because she's running off a pretty old, pretty basic computer, and that makes her ability to do a lot of the work she does really difficult. So if she had a nicer computer, that would be a lot easier for her. That's the hope anyway. I've had that laptop for like 5 years, so I've gotten a pretty good amount of time out of it. But let's see if we can power this bad boy on. Well, I'm pretty sure the motherboard is shot, because I can't get it to beep, and I can't get it to recognize a monitor at all, so big bummer. I might try and replace the motherboard and see if the other parts are still working, like the graphics card and the RAM. the memory. We'll see. So, big bummer, but at least I tried. It's probably going to cost $150 or so, maybe $200 to get a new motherboard. I might have to wait a little bit and put that off, but we'll see. Got a couple orders packed here before bed. I got some stuff done today. I feel like I didn't actually accomplish a whole lot, but some of that's probably coming from the fact that I spent a good chunk of the morning video editing, and that always feels like I'm not doing much. I think I spent like 3.5, 4 hours video editing this morning. So this Friday's video, the rough cut's done. Now I gotta go through and refine it and add all the little effects and stuff before I get it ready for export and then do captions. I'm really tired. I had a hard time sleeping last night, so I think I probably will go to bed early tonight. It's already 8:30, and I think I will go to bed early and get some rest. It's an office week this week, and but hey, look at me remembering to film. Are you proud? I'm proud. And guess what? It's time for more yapping. So on a more positive note, I know I've talked about it a lot, but I'm going to keep talking about it because it's been such a primary focus for the last month or so. We are prepping for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's the one sale we do a year, and that I always feel like I go into it not as prepared as I should be, and that I could have significantly more soap on hand than I do. But not this year, baby. We are ready. We are so prepared. I have almost completely caught up on my entire to-do list. I only have a few things left to knock out of the park, and those are so far coming along really well. The only big bummer that I'm having is the bunny bars. So in previous iterations of the bunny bars, I used a custom blend for a mahogany teakwood. And this time I ordered a mahogany teakwood fragrance, not a blend. And it discolored. And I'm so bummed. I'm gonna have to reach out to Bunny and be like, Bunny, is it okay? Do you still like it? It's not colorful and bright, which is what I wanted. I'm so grumpy about it. Ugh. Anyway, we're staying positive for this segment, okay? I can complain about stuff in the next segment. There's another one. Don't worry, you got time, Raven. But positive note, also, the Supreme Court did not hear Kim Davis's case. Fuck you, Kim Davis, actually. And they're not looking at overturning gay marriage, which is great, at least currently. Hopefully it stays that way. And this is also a reminder to make sure that even if that was a win, and that's great, and we're excited and we're happy, we also need to still be looking out for our trans siblings out there in the community, because they are still massively under attack, and other Supreme Court decisions are not positive for them. So we are absolutely protecting the dolls, okay? And we are protecting all of our trans community members. It's still really important. So if you're out there, love you. We're still here for you. And we want to help out as much as we can. So I am also going to be doing my monthly donation to the Sacramento LGBT Center. We're going to be donating $100 this month. Sales were a little low, so I went ahead and rounded that up to a solid $100. So that way it was a nice even donation amount. And I found out that my employer, my corporate job, does matching donations, but only if I donate through their website. So I'm going to be doing that this month in order to double my donation, which is fantastic. So that means of the $100 that I'm donating, another $100 will come from my employer, which is great. We love that. I don't like having to use their website. I prefer donating directly through the LGBT Center, but you know what? It's worth it if it means that it turns my $100 into $200. So we love that. Very excited. Let's see. What else? Corporate job is for sure continuing through the end of November. We don't know how far into December, but the layoff is definitely in December. Current theory is that it's probably going to be December 9th. And that would mean that I would get the winter holiday off and get to spend time with my kids and my family, which I would really like to be able to do. I'm also re-upping my tax prep certification so that I can be a tax preparer starting in January, which will be really good. And then also, what else is going on that's good? I've been doing some writing, which is exciting.
Your girl loves to write. I've been doing a little bit of drawing here and there. I've been behind on that. So overall, I feel like I'm making some pretty good improvements, and I have a lot of really good plans for how I'm going to tackle the business and personal life once I do get laid off. And I will be looking at, it looks like it's probably going to be 6 months of paid time, which will be a blessing, but maybe also a curse a little bit. But we're gonna maximize what we have available to us. Okay. So I made some soap, and then I made some more soap, and then I made some more soap. So I've made a lot of soap today. Okay, this is the last big empty section of soap related things that I have to cover with a voiceover. So allow me a moment of venting here. I talked about it. I might have recorded a bit about it. I don't remember for the next vlog. I'm already working on the next vlog, okay? But I'm so annoyed with Nature's Garden. They did a movement of their warehouse, and things have just sucked. And it's really frustrating because all of our I do that all the time. Pride flag fragrances. Say that 3 times fast. Pride flag fragrances. Pride flag fragrances. Okay. That was 2, but it's fine. So they're all through Nature's Garden, and they're the ones that everyone has always preferred. And now I'm having to deal with their just god-awful shipping situation where they're saying it's going to take now 6 to 9 business days for things to ship on Facebook, not anywhere fucking else. And it's making me mad, man. I'm normally a huge planner. I like to have everything really planned out in advance. I'm sure none of you have noticed what a control freak I can be. But I like to be at least a month or 2 ahead of the game, and I can't even do that. That's not even good enough now because they're saying that things have been shipped when they're not. You've created the label and then you don't drop it off for 6 days. I can't plan like this. Okay. I think I'm done with that. All right, so that is 30 bars of Big Bang and coffee drip plus the starter pack bars. Yeah, bars. And a few random sample pack sized little bars here too. So we're looking pretty good. Okay, good morning. So I've gone ahead and swapped my fall and winter birds back for my Halloween birds. And since we don't shop at Target anymore, I don't have any new birds, which is,
Why don't we make birds?
We could totally look into making birds. Maybe that's a project we can do this weekend, is learn to make some birds. I think that could be really fun. Good idea. I do need another shelf, though. I need another shelf for all my birds.
You need more shelves for more birds?
Not for more birds necessarily, but for the birds that I have.
Yeah. So you need more shelves.
Yeah.
Are my squishmallows done yet, or are you going to try and de-haunt them some more?
Oh, you know what? Your squishmallows are still in the dryer for the steam cycle. They should be good. You can take them out.
Okay, because I like them haunted.
we go to
Goodwill.
We go to Goodwill up in Folsom, and that's where all the squishmallows are. You can get a lot of squishmallows at the Goodwill in Folsom.
Squishmallows are haunted? Yeah, it's very haunted out. Why not?
And we've made some more soap. So that'll be Lollipop Guild and Ruby Slippers. I do have an update on the bird situation. Apparently Walgreens is selling the birds now. We don't have a lot of Walgreens in our area, but I will definitely have to go to the nearest one and go see if I can pick up some birds. Because I have not bought birds in like a year because we haven't been going to Target and I have no birds. Well, I have birds, but I need a new shelf for more birds. I have been trying to thrift and buy things used as much as I can, but god damn it, I want some birds. It would be really fun to make birds with the kids, though. So, options. So I suspect we're getting close to the end of this vlog, so I kind of wanted to show you where things are at. So quite a number of these areas on the shelf are looking a little low, which is why I've made so much soap. You know, you have things like Big Buy Energy, which goes all the way back. We've got All Together Now, which is really full. Fried, rather eat cake. I might need to do some rearranging on here now, especially that I've opened up some space. but I have everything here is all empty. And then these are more recent collections that are left over. So there's 4 of Creep and 2 of Bag of Richards. And then down here, it's basically everything that only has 1 left. So this is kind of a mix of older designs, some newer ones from this year, everything that I've largely had on clearance recently. And then the curing racks are looking really full. I definitely need to start packing up some soaps, like Soft Boy and Palette Cleanser in here need to get packed up. But all the trays are largely full. I'm out of most of my supplies anyway. I've placed a ton of supply orders in the last couple days, like easily $500 worth of supply orders. I still need to go pick up oils from Restaurant Depot and wait for my orders to come in so that I can make some more soap, because I still have restocks to finish and I have a bunch of designs that I want to have ready for November for Black Friday, so things like Hot Cocoa and Gingerbread Dream and that stuff. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call this vlog here. I think I've got a ton of footage from all the soap making that I've done. And there's going to be a lot of talking already in this vlog. So let's go ahead and we'll do our usual hydration reminder. Please make sure you go and hydrate, my friends. And I'll catch you for the next one. See you later.